Alright, so we're looking at the Season 18 developer update, and this is the official update of once they've already announced everything. So we're going to look at Wu Yang, the Progression 2.0, Stadium updates, and more. They kind of already went
Hello,
over some of
everyone.
this in the blog
This has
post, but they
been
didn't
a
go in
big
depth.
year for Overwatch 2, and Season 18 is going to be one of the biggest so far. We've got several of our devs here to talk through some of the cool things headed your way. But as we can't cover everything in a dev update, here's a quick list of stuff coming when the season launches on August 26th. An advanced hero info panel, an updated first-time user experience with all heroes available to new players, an improved progression system with new rewards, and a new collab, and a new support hero, Roadhog changes, a competitive ranked Soth reset, more perks, and Stadium gets 3 heroes coming with 1 more at mid-season, and a new payload race mode featuring 2 new maps, a draft mode for Stadium, Stadium quick play with crossplay enabled, and Stadium endorsements. There will also be the return of Lucio Ball, but this time in 3P. Amazing new skin themes including Pool Party, Floral Gods, and Neo Streetwear, and some brilliant work from the animation team that includes the new universal emote that can be equipped on every hero, and the skateboard emote for Kuriko that lets you roam around the map, and brilliant work on the new Cassidy Mythic Weapon skin. Speaking of Mythics, Sojourn has this season's Mythic Hero skin.
Jeez, a lot of good stuff.
Alongside the soft rank reset, we are also introducing the brand new Galactic Competitive skin. And across all game modes,
Wait,
we'll
new
now
Galactic
have a
Competitive
new
skin?
lever forgiveness system where you won't receive any negative hits to your ranking if someone leaves a match early from your team.
Thank goodness.
And we are introducing new mouse and keyboard functionality for
No
consoles.
more loss of
This will
points.
improve accessibility for players that can't use controllers, while also giving more options for how console players compete. But to keep things competitively fair, all console players who use this will be added to the PC pool of players. Oh, and
Understandable.
a new hero status website where you can check hero pick, win, and ban rates for the core modes. Okay, that is a lot, and this is just the introduction. So let's hand it over to
Yeah,
some
I'm
of our
excited.
amazing
This is
developers who will go into
a lot of
more
stuff.
detail on a few of the things I just listed. I need some more water.
Hey everyone, let's
There's
talk
your
heroes.
water.
First up, our newest support hero is Wu Yang. He's a blast to play and we hope everyone had a great time testing him during last weekend's hero trial. For those who weren't able to jump in and try him out, Wu
I
Yang
wonder if
brings
they're
a
gonna
unique skill set to the battlefield. You'll be
do some
manipulating
balance changes
water
or
while
not?
playing from a distance, refreshing allies, and
We already know
drowning
about
enemies.
Wu Yang, so...
His
we're
primary
just
fire is a
re-
controllable
re-
water warp. You can either launch it with a quick shot or guide it midair towards your target.
They're just
It's
pretty
kind of
much
like a
doing a
laser-guided
small,
missile. Super satisfying to use and unlike
announcement
anything
of
we've
them
done
right here.
before. It's the core of his kit and everything else builds around it.
Reiterating.
Restorative Stream places a ring of water around allies for consistent passive healing while maintaining line of sight. You can also amp up the healing by holding down your secondary fire, but be careful as that drains its own healing resource. What would a water-themed hero be without the ability to harness waves? Rushing Torrent gives Wu Yang a movement speed boost and bonus jump height, while Guardian Wave summons a current to give a healing boost to allies and knock back enemies. And finally, his ult, Tidal Blast, protects either a teammate or yourself with a shield of water that will detonate after a short duration, knocking down enemies and giving the host a massive heal. Visually, Wu Yang is stunning. Our team put a ton of work into the water shader tech to make sure it feels fluid and expressive
Yeah, he looks
while
really
still
good.
fitting within Overwatch's stylized look.
I think he's
It's one of the most
underpowered,
technically ambitious visuals we've done for a hero. In addition to a
At
new
least from
hero,
what I've seen.
we're
I haven't
also
played
making some
against him.
changes to Roadhog.
This is going to be interesting.
It's a return to a
Roadhog
more
changes.
classic Roadhog feel, with a few tweaks to keep him balanced, as we're reverting some of the changes from his last rework.
Okay.
The trap is gone, and his scrap gun secondary is back, to give him more
Oh.
impact at medium range. Take a breather is moving to your ability 2 button, so you still have that survivability with the updated scrap gun. The trap was an interesting experiment, but it didn't
Why'd they
land the
get
way
rid-
we had hoped.
Why'd they get rid of the
This
trap?
update
I
brings
liked
back
it.
the playstyle players love, while still refining it for today's game.
No.
And finally, let's talk about perks. We've
I
got
think
a
that's
big
a-
refresh
that's a
coming in
dumb-
Season 18.
dumb
We're adding
change.
over 60 new perks this season. Every hero is getting at least one new perk, and we focused on making them more fun, more impactful, and more aligned with each hero's identity. Perks are one of the biggest changes we ever made to Overwatch, and the team has learned quite a lot since they rolled out in Season 15. One of the biggest lessons we learned is that players tend to prefer when perks give you something cool without limiting your gameplay. This season, we're leaning more into perks that feel good to pick with a greater focus on what is fun. Some of our favorites, You can have Torbjorn run faster with his hammer out. It's called Hammer Time, and yes, it's as fun as it sounds. Moira's new reversal perk lets you reverse the direction on her biotic orb by activating it mid-flight. And Wrecking Ball now gets a protective bubble when he uses Adaptive Barrier. We want perks to feel exciting, transformative, and worth experimenting with. We can't wait to see how you respond to all of these changes once the season goes live. Now let's throw it over to our system design team for some great updates on what they've been working on.
Wu Yang looks incredible. And now with Progression 2.0 dropping in Season 18, it's a better time than ever.
Now they kind of already showed this in the blog post, but
That's right, Brian. I'm so glad
it's
you
going to be
mentioned
UI
that.
element.
What a succinct professional segue.
So,
it's almost like we wrote that.
which is awesome.
You heard that right. With Season 18, we're massively upgrading the way you experience hero progression. We know how much players care about their favorite heroes, and we want the game and other players to recognize the effort you put into mastering them. I know what you're thinking, Brian. Please stop freaking out. You won't lose any progress with this update. All your hero levels are carrying over just as they are. No wipe or reset. Furthermore, each hero has an upgraded track of rewards, offering hero-specific cosmetics.
That is so
and
much
even
better than what we
legendary
got.
boxes.
Now you can
Now
actually
let's get
see.
to the real star of
Wait,
this.
and loot boxes. Is what
With
you
Progression
said.
2.0, at hero levels
goodness.
20, 40, and 60, you'll see the frame around your hero portrait
Yes.
upgrade. They'll
This is a
evolve into
great
something
change.
shinier and more spectacular. These frames will be visible on the Hero Select and Kill Cam screens to start, letting you flex your dedication to your favorite heroes. And yes, that means if you were level 20 on any hero right now, you will have the first new border on day
Blue
one.
one. Yeah.
And if you're starting out a new hero, like our buddy Wu Yang there, it should take you roughly 20 hours to hit hero level 20.
Okay, that's
All right,
that's
it's that
pretty
time of the
reasonable.
year again.
20 hours.
Comp will have their mid-year soft rank reset.
Yeah.
But
Which is
this
good.
time we will be introducing a new system we call Hero Skill Rating.
Hero skill.
For the
rating.
first time ever, we'll be able to see how you rank on individual heroes in competitive. It's a whole new way to track your growth, and yeah, it might even surprise you. Here's how it works. After each rank reset, once you finish your placement, hero placements unlock, and the goal now is to get Hero SR. Just play a hero for at least 3 minutes in 5 different matches. That's it.
So simple.
You'll be actively gaining or losing SR for each hero you play as you try to reach new heights this competitive year. So maybe you're a gold overall, but you're a plat Reinhardt.
I am not.
That's a flex. And that's not just about bragging rights. The system helps you double down on your best heroes or figure out where you've got room to grow. It's personal, actionable, and that's a great way for you to level up your game. Lastly, every rank reset, your hero SR will reset, so let's make this year huge.
Oh, it's personal.
That's pretty
all right.
interesting.
I can't wait to see how
Be able-
bronze I
be
am on all
able
my
to
favorite heroes.
Specialize on what heroes
Now
you're
for the
best.
stat nerds in the room.
But it's also
we get
very hard
hyped
because
for
of
stats.
metas and
We've got
and
an
maps
update
and
that
stuff
we
like
wanted
that.
to tackle
so
for a
it's
while.
more elements.
The
but
aim is to give players
That's
better
very
tools
interesting.
to analyze and understand
Right.
the game
And
in more
elevation.
detail. We
To
call
help
it
you
the
improve
Advanced
yourself.
Info Panel.
Oh,
If
that
you
too.
can't remember whether Soldier 76's gun does 19 or 20 damage per bullet, this is for you.
Yeah,
We're
after you
surfacing
change it every
real-time
2
stats
friggin' seasons.
in-game. I'm talking about healing over time, cooldown modifiers,
Bye, Cassie.
movement bonuses, all the detailed stats you could ask for right there at your fingertips. No more guessing, no more tabbing out to YouTube. Whether you're learning a new hero or trying to squeeze every bit of value out of your main, this is going to make that process way easier.
I just want to say, we're finally hitting Gavin's wish list feature.
Charming.
I know you may love Stadium
Rewards.
rank rewards. So this season,
Oh, yeah,
we're
they're
adding
in
3 new
comp too.
Elite skins, 1 new All-Star skin, and that's just for Stadium. We heard you ask for more rank rewards. So for the first time, Core Competitive is getting a skin reward. This year's skin is Freya, decked
Okay.
out in Galactic.
That is a sick skin.
All right, that's it from us from System Design Team. Let's throw it over to Connor
And the legendary Larry Pickle himself.
to talk about Stadium.
Thanks, guys. Hey, everyone. We have a lot coming to Stadium in Season 18, more than we even have time to share today.
So to kick things off, we are introducing a new quick play version of Stadium. Quick play is for those looking for a faster, more accessible version of Stadium without having to worry about their
This is
rank.
the King's Roadmap.
Quick
right
play
behind
will be
them.
best of 5 and have accelerated power progression to compensate for having fewer rounds. Powers will unlock on rounds 1, 2, 3, and 5, and you'll earn more cash from damage and healing, as well as passively. Quick Play will also finally allow for cross-platform play. Now you and your friends can all
pretty
join
cool.
up regardless of whether you're
Very
playing on
small
PC
changes.
or console. Quick Play will also have backfill to help deal with levers, which we expect more of in Quick Play.
Right.
A player who backfills into the stadium match will be able to catch up immediately. You'll be given currency equal to the average of the team you're joining and be given time in the shop to pick powers and buy items. Along with the launch of Quick Play, we're also now requiring players to win 10 Quick Play matches in Stadium before being able to join comp, so new Stadium players aren't jumping straight into competitive.
And speaking of
Sweet, thank
competitive,
goodness.
we have an all-new system coming to competitive Stadium. We have Hero Draft, which is going to be replacing the normal hero selection. In the Hero Draft, you're going to be taking turns with the enemy team, picking heroes going back and forth. You'll be able to react to what your opponents are picking and what your teammates are picking. We're hoping to add a strategic layer and more agency to the hero selection in a game of Stadium. Some of the cool things you'll be able to do in a draft are you'll be able to swap positions with your teammates, so you'll be able to strategize and decide if you want to pick later or earlier in the draft. We're also going to have no mirror matchups for the first time in Overwatch. This is going to be in competitive Stadium only, so you can still play mirrors in Quick Play, but it really adds a lot of strategy to the
So it
hero
means that
picking.
the enemy, you and the
that's
enemy
not all
can't
we
have
have
the
coming
same
to
hero. Ooh, interesting.
One of the biggest additions this season is a new game mode, Payload Race. It's a double payload escort mode, where each team will be pushing their own payload. Whoever gets theirs furthest or docks it first at the finish line wins. Along the way, there are checkpoints, an intense final stretch when you get close to the end, and UI that tracks each team's progress so you can easily understand what's going on. This is the first time we've had two objectives active at once, so teams have to balance between pushing your own payload or stopping the enemies.
Yeah.
It's a bit more complex than our other game modes, but there's a ton of strategy and depth we hope you'll discover and enjoy. Payload Race is launching with two new maps, the Thames District and the Powder Keg Mine, which are set close to Kings Row and Route 66 respectively.
This season,
Those
we're
look so
releasing
great.
3 new heroes into Stadium: Winston, Brigitte, and Farah. Winston's kit is all about electric synergies. One of his powers, Tesla Field, causes his barrier to deal electric damage to enemies standing inside of it. Another one of his powers grants him a personal mini barrier, which would also deal damage for double the shock value. And of course, we've got a perk favorite, Chain Lightning, which allows your secondary fire to chain to multiple enemies. It's all about dealing out tons of that electric damage and getting benefits for doing so. We're really leaning into that electric fantasy.
For Brig, she's got a Berserker-style build centered around Whirlwhip, a power that gives her a 360 flail attack like a helicopter. This build wants to be brawling in the middle of combat, hitting as many enemies as possible with
Oh my
large
gosh.
360 swings. There's also a repair pack build for easy, consistent healing that will help make Brig more accessible to newer players.
Okay.
My favorite though is the whip shot build. It gives you a much longer whip shot that can light enemies on fire. It really helps Brig in
course.
matchups that she typically struggles with, like flyers that she doesn't have the range to hit typically, like Farah.
Speaking of Farah, her flashiest build is probably a tanky rocket barrage build. In this build, you'll have access to more frequent rocket barrages that last longer and allow you to move while you're using them. You'll be floating across the sky slowly like a battle cruiser, raining down missiles on your opponents. There's a large amount of flexibility in the weapon builds as well. The weapon builds are built all around landing direct hits and getting payoffs for it. You'll even have the ability to turn your primary fire into a volley that fires 3 rockets in quick succession. And for the OG Farah fans, you'll be able to get a lot more fuel, especially if you land direct hits. And then
Sweet.
you'll be able to stay in the air for much longer.
Speaking of flying heroes, we're adding a couple new cheap general item options in Season 18
I expected
that will help players deal with flyers and long-range bursts, especially earlier in the match.
We're also buffing some of the weaker general items that haven't been too popular. Our goal here is to make the armory feel like a toolbox, where you have the agency to deal with whatever enemy heroes the game throws at you. This will be an ongoing process, and we have additional plans in the future to allow you to adapt even more within the armory.
We've also got some power and item reworks for Ana, Cassidy, and Mercy to help increase their build variety, as well as a host of other balance changes. Besides that, we've got a new Oasis control map, and we are adding a new melee range indicator when playing in 3P to make it easier for you to know when your quick melees will land.
And of course, Tracers coming to Stadium in the
Aw.
mid-season update.
Yeah.
We'll have more to share on her very soon. Thank you for joining us for the Season 18 Dev Update.
Tracer's
We'll see you
gonna
in
be the
Stadium.
line. But do you see me on my, not my bike, my skateboard? What am I looking at?